Oh, I'm pretty sure he's trying to kill me, but that's fine. Sweet boy. If only I found somebody who loved me as much as my dog. Ow, this bra is cutting into my... That coffee is delicious. Did you ever have coffee in the morning and you taste it? It's so good. You're like, this is delicious. I feel like the more tired you are, the more delicious coffee tastes. You're like, I'm so tired. I only slept 1 hour. This coffee is amazing. That's how I feel. I have to tell you guys the funniest story really quick. So, did you ever be driving and you're sort of like on robotic mode? Like, you're not present in your drive. You get in your car and you drive somewhere and you get to where you're going, and part of you's like, how did I even get here? Like, I know I was awake, but like I don't remember the drive. Those robotic drives, I can't explain it. You won't understand unless you've ever had that. Hey, Amy. Anyway, I was on one of those robotic drives the other day. Okay? I don't even really remember like driving. I know I was driving. Okay? So my bra was killing me. Okay? Do you have those days sometimes where you're retaining water, you're a little bit thicker in the middle, your bra is cutting into your body like a magician's trick to cut you in half. And literally, I swear there was like underwire poking out, like it was just killing me. So I took it off, I unsnapped it, and I pulled it through my arms, ladies, you know. Now here's where the story gets funny. Hey, cuz. I threw my bra out the window. I'm not even a litter bug. I just took my bra off and threw it out the window. And I was like, what the hell did I just do? And I had to turn my car around and go get my bra. Y'all, I am losing my mind. I'm losing it. Okay? I'm actually losing it. Start tossing clothes out of the car, bras like I'm in college. I don't know what is happening to me. By the way, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. For those of you who celebrate, I am not Irish, but my husband is, and my children are half Irish, so they, think that they are, leprechauns or whatever. So they want to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. So, all right. So Michael and I went out last night to dinner, and as you know, and we were talking about our day and our week and what the weekend looks like, sort of how dinner starts. How was your day? Good. How was your day? Good. What's on tap for tomorrow? Blah, blah, blah. And then what do we have going on for the weekend? Michael's playing golf today with Father Bob. Olivia has soccer games tomorrow. Blah, blah, blah. Right? And then we started talking about next week, and I have to be in New Jersey for 2 days, and then we're taking the kids to Florida for spring break. And I said to him, all right, enough parent talk. Let's talk to each other, because if we don't, date night becomes parent night catch up, and there's nothing less sexy than parent night catch up. I'm sorry, but I only like ketchup like that one way, and that's with sweet potato fries. Okay? So I said, let's take a picture. And he knows that I take a picture every week to share with you guys to say, hey, we made it another week. He also knows that you guys are well aware that there were times where we were not going to make it. So there are a lot of new people to Coffee Talk, and even some that have been around a while that may not understand completely why Michael and I celebrate each week. Some people think it's silly, and I get it. I get it. It's not for everybody. Okay? It's not for everybody. By the way, those of you who are wondering if I took that affection he was doling out at the restaurant and took it home and cashed it in for a prize, fucking damn right I did. I was like, listen, this is 40, baby. I am cashing in them prizes every night you're giving them away. I don't know what it is about turning 40, folks, but let me tell you about cashing in them prizes. Okay. So there have been many times in my marriage, and I say many, I would say probably 4 significant times. 4 significant times, not just the times where I was getting my period and I hated Michael, okay? There's been plenty of those too. But 4 significant times where I wanted a divorce. I'm not going to lie. I'm just letting you know. There have been 4 times where I wanted a divorce. And, Michael never does, but he also does not want to be too accountable for his behavior at times. He wants to be accountable, but then once he's tired of hearing about it, he doesn't want to be accountable anymore. So I am a runner by nature, so I just go, hey, you don't want to hear about it anymore, buddy? No problem. I want a divorce. We have had trials in this marriage that many people have in their own marriage. I don't think we work any harder than other couples that are trying to stay together. People always say, well, why do you and Michael, keep working it out, or what you do, keep at it or whatever. And what I always say is, because we may not want to be together today. We may not even want to be together this entire month. But big picture, we want to be together. That is what keeps us working at this marriage train. Big picture, like we want to raise grandbabies together. We know that. So when it gets rough, when it gets tough, when I'm like, I want a divorce, we go back to big picture. Like, okay, we know we want to be together when we're old, and we know we want to raise grandbabies together and all of those things, send our kids to college together. So can we get through this? Sometimes I think, no, we cannot. I'm just being honest with you. Sometimes I'm like, no, I am so tired of asking for the same thing and falling on and having my needs fall on deaf ears. But damn, I snorted. I'm trying so hard. Anyway, there was a period of time last year around this time. Some of you may remember if you've been with me. There were a lot of changes in my life last March. Professionally, personally, Michael and I were at the lowest. I think Michael and I were at our lowest last March. I think that was the closest we ever came to getting a divorce. I went and saw a lawyer. I put a lawyer on retainer. I was done. He dragged me back to therapy, and I cried. I don't even remember getting through it with you guys. I cried every single day. I cried 3 times a day, some days all day, about what was happening in my home with my marriage. So people go like, why do you and Michael celebrate each week? It feels so disingenuous. It feels so gimmicky. And I say to those people, let me tell you why. There have been so many weeks where we were not sure we were going to make it. That now, when we're in this groove where we feel good, we want to celebrate that. And when I said it to my therapist, when I said to my marriage counselor, listen, I would like for Michael and I to take date night and use it as a celebration for making it through that week. Do you think that's silly? Do you think getting through the week is silly? And my marriage counselor was like, I think it is the smartest suggestion I have ever heard. Because when you are trying to rebuild trust in a marriage, when you are trying to rebuild, reconnect on a friendship level, when you are trying to reintroduce intimacy, you need to celebrate the small moments, because the big picture feels super overwhelming. When you're not even sure you like that person anymore, when you're not even sure you want to be friends with that person anymore, yes, I am going to stand up and clap my hands for making it through this week, because there were so many weeks we wouldn't make it. We were not going to make it. So, to anybody who is where I was, let me just say, to anybody who is in their relationship now or in their marriage now, and they don't know how they're going to get through this week, but they know they want a big picture, they want to make it. Like, you got to know that you want to make it. That's the thing. I never doubted that. When people go, how did you put it back together? I say, well, the one thing that I never, Angela Snyder, watch it with your husband. It is the smartest thing you will do. If you are in crisis in your marriage right now, watch this coffee talk with your spouse. Come back and watch it again. Have the painful conversations, because I'm going to tell you, I looked at Michael and I didn't know who he was anymore. I didn't know who he was anymore. Now, I want to just say, Michael is not a narcissist. Michael is not emotionally abusive. Michael is not physically abusive. There was no abuse in any form. Nothing like that. So I don't want to ever present it to you like I'm like, celebrating every week while I'm like being beaten or something, or like emotionally controlled or something. None of that. But when people want to know how I came back from that, how did I come back from not even being able to stand looking at him? Because that's a real question. That is a real question. When you are at a place where you don't even want to look at that person, you can't even look at them without physically feeling like you want to either A, get sick, or B, choke the living out of them. Well, my mother gave me some advice a long time ago. My mother said to me, you can break him for his mistakes. You can break Michael. There's no question. You can guilt him and shame him into a corner, and you can break him. But if you want to be with him, big picture, just know that you will be with a broken man. And that stayed with me, because I was like, I don't want to live my life with a broken man. As much as I want to push him into a corner and shame him and guilt him for his decisions and his mistakes, I don't want to be married to a broken man. I don't want to make love to a broken man. I don't want a broken man raising my children. So like, I'm going to have to figure this out. And it was the hardest thing I ever had to do. Hardest thing I ever had to do, because my instinct was to punish him. I wanted to punish him, but I was like, damn, I can't break him. I can't do that. So now I've got to find another way. And it is hard. Got me up here like Boyz II Men. It's so hard. Okay, so long story short, we worked at it. And I'm going to tell you, like, it was not easy. It wasn't like we went to therapy a couple of weeks and it was like, we're back in it. I remember the first time Michael and I were intimate after all that shit went down. And I cried. And I said to him, I don't want to like guilt you, but I'm your wife. I should not cry for being out of fear of being intimate with you and being vulnerable with you. I should feel safe with you. And he got it. Like, he got it. So why do we celebrate each week? We celebrate each week because it's worth celebrating. We celebrate each week because we came back from things we never thought we would come back from. And I'm not saying that everybody can, and I'm not saying that everybody should, right? Working it out was the right thing for our marriage. If it is not the right thing for yours, I, and this community will be there for you to help you get through it. But if you want to work it out, we will also be here with you for that. So for those of you that have ever wondered why Michael and I celebrate each week, it's because we were in the trenches and we were not going to make it. We were not going to make it. But we're going to make it after all. Because I'm like Mary Tyler Moore. Not really. I don't really know why I sing to you guys so much. It's sort of like a compulsion. By the way, sidebar, those of you that follow me on Instagram and saw that video that I posted where I was like, hypothetically speaking, if Lionel Richie and I were at the same wedding, do you think he would slow dance with me? He said yes. So, hey, I was like, oh my God, totes, I'm totes dating Lionel Richie. Guys, it's happening. You're all invited. Also, I want to tell you that I'm married to this guy. Last night at dinner, I go, babe, I have to tell you the grossest thing. And he looks right at me, dead serious, and he goes like this. No. Don't tell me the grossest thing. Don't ever tell me the grossest thing. Just keep it to yourself. And I was like, wait, but I need to. And he was like, nope. I don't want to know the grossest thing. Guys, I married the guy that doesn't want to know the grossest thing. How? How did I marry that guy? And now you wonder why. Why? I celebrate that we make it each week. He doesn't appreciate me bursting into song every time he says anything that is remotely, song-worthy. It's just who I am. All right. I'm going to Los Angeles in April. I'm going to find Lionel and I'm going to get somebody to videotape us slow dancing together. I don't care if it kills me. I don't care if I get arrested. I don't care if his security beats me up and throws me down the steps of Sunset Tower. It's happening. Okay? I'm committed. I'm in it to win it. You don't want to hear the grossest thing. You want to know the grossest thing? Oh my God. So the grossest thing is this. This is so gross. So I use coconut oil all over my body, okay? My dog is literally like a caterpillar trying to climb under my, I don't know what he's trying to do, but he's literally climbing under my bed. Okay, oh my God, Ace, what are you doing, freak? Okay, so this is the grossest thing, okay? I put coconut oil all over my body, even my face. I don't use lotion ever, so I use coconut oil. Okay, so every once in a while, I will get I guess you'd call it a zit, but it's wasn't really. Anyway, it was near my, this is so embarrassing. Please, if you're showing your husband this video, could you pause it at this moment? Good, I just gave you a second to pause. Okay, so I had a zit or something by my nipple and it hurt so bad. So I called my gynecologist because I call my gynecologist for everything. I'm like, the dog is limping. He's like, Jamie, I'm a vagina doctor. I'm like, okay, back to the dog. My poor gynecologist. Dr. Huggins, I love you. So I called my gynecologist's office and I'm like, listen, I have this zit near my nipple. I'm pretty sure I have breast cancer because I'm self-diagnosing myself. But anyway, and they were like, stand in the shower under hot water. And if it forms a head, you don't have breast cancer. It's from the coconut oil. So I stand in the shower under hot water. Y'all, this is so gross. I can't believe I'm telling you this. I'm sweating right now. Oh my God. Oh my God, my pits are sweating. So, hey, stop. I'm telling my grossest story ever. You're right. Michael probably could not handle this. Anyway, so I'm standing in the shower under the hot water and guys, it literally starts to form a head. a giant white head, and I go, oh my God, I'm gonna be sick. Yo, why did I pop this shit? And it like literally squirted out. Oh my God. And then I was squeezing it, and it was like white pus was coming from in my soul. The depths of my soul was just shooting out of this fucking hole on my... Yeah, I know, Jerry, I'm sorry. I said it was the grossest thing ever. It just kept coming. It was never ending. I was like, oh my God. I literally thought my entire boob was just going to come out of this hole. Like, I was like, okay, here comes like tissue and blood samples and shit. I don't know. Finally, it all came out. And y'all, why did I feel so much better? I was like, oh, that is like the best feeling ever. True story. It was the most excruciating. Babe, I'm telling them the grossest thing ever. Listen, what did you say? Hello? What did you say last night when I said, babe, let me tell you the grossest thing ever? Tell them what you said. No. Okay? P.S. It was so gross. Listen, Rachel Crane, I know. I'm telling you. Listen, I warned y'all. Don't shame me. I told you it was the grossest thing ever, and you guys said for me to tell it. That is the worst thing you could do to a friend, is be like, ooh, tell me, and then they tell you, and you're like, ew, you're so gross. Hey, that's not fair. Anyway, it was super, super gross. I'm not going to lie, but I feel so much better. I don't know what it was. Yeah, that was Michael in the t-shirt. Long story short, I love all of you. That's real. Thank you for getting me through just like my days, my life, everything. You guys are just like the best thing that ever happened to me. And I love you so much. And this is serious, Jamie. Even though I'm blushing from telling you the story, I really do love you. You really are like the greatest thing that ever happened to me. Except for my kids. All right, I gotta go get dressed. It's Friday. Woo! It's Friday. You get a weekend, and you get a weekend, and you get a weekend, and I'm sweating now. I need to take a shower. I love you guys so much today. Share this video because somebody needs to hear it. I'm not kidding. Share it. Let's see if we could get so many people to share this video. We had a lot yesterday. A lot shared it yesterday. Share it. Hit share. Come on. All right, I love you. And come find me on Instagram where I'm super inappropriate. Jamie P. Sullivan. Jaime P. Sullivan. Because I am the most inappropriate, irreverent, sexual human being you've ever met. Love you.